Today, we're going to talk a little bit about constructive criticism. So one of the hardest things to get used to as a performer is doing your performance and then having to listen to other people's opinions about your performance. Everyone's got a different type of opinion, but there's really two categories that those opinions fall into. Now, the first are these guys, Waldorf and Statler. Now, Waldorf and Statler were a couple of critic puppets that were part of the Muppet Show, and they would sit up in the balcony and heckle whatever anyone was doing in the show. They were usually pretty witty about their heckling, but that didn't change the fact that they really were what we would consider the original haters. They ragged on everything. And the problem with that is that none of their criticisms were things that the performers could take and make better in their performance. It was designed to tear down the performers rather than help them find a way to rebuild. So what we're looking for is constructive criticism, criticism that can help someone rebuild their performance to be stronger or more clear. So to do that, we have to get out of this mindset of saying, I like or I didn't like. Liking and not liking things is subjective. It's all based on your opinion. And there are as many opinions out there as there are audience members. What we're going to do is look at a different way to start our feedback. Here are a couple of sentence starters. I wonder what you were thinking about during that scene. Or, I wonder what would happen if you tried this other thing. I noticed. So I noticed that in your scene, you were moving your hands around a lot, and that was distracting for me as an audience member. I observed that during that scene, there was something weird going on the other side of the stage, and it kept pulling focus away from what I wanted to see. It was clear. It was clear when you sat down and crossed your arms that your character was really upset. And of course, the opposite of that, I was confused by. I was confused by the moment when your character came over and started throwing things off the stage because it didn't make sense within the story you had put together. These sentence starters are really helpful for narrowing down what specifically you see in someone's performance that either is working great or needs a little bit more work. Notice that everything that I gave you in these sentence starter cards are things that I, as an audience member, noticed or thought about. So it's now on me and my opinion. Now, the big thing that you have to keep in mind as a performer is that everyone's got feedback and you may not agree with that feedback. It's your job to listen to the feedback that is given constructively. Then take the things that work for you and try them out. You don't have to take every single bit of feedback, but you do need to listen to the feedback from those around you and do your best to see where they're coming from. In the end, you'll have a much stronger, clearer performance for your audiences.